Hey kids, I'm starting off with the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer all over my face. For my foundation, I'm using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting foundation. You could also use the Maybelline Fit Me, that's a pretty good drugstore dupe. And I'm blending it out with the e.l.f. Foundation Blurring Brush. This is pretty much the only brush that I'll use to blend out my foundation or concealer instead of a beauty blender. I just love it, it's awesome. Per usual, I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. I just find this blends out, doesn't crease so much. It won't cover really dark circles, but it is just so easy to blend seamlessly into your foundation. For my brows, I typically use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz, but for drugstore, Milani Brow Fix Kit is the only way to go. I'm setting my foundation and my concealer with the e.l.f. powder in Corrective Yellow. It's a great dupe for any banana powder. Here, I kind of forgot to use a drugstore eyeshadow primer. This is Urban Decay, but e.l.f. has some really great ones as well. For my eyeshadows, I'm using the Morphe 35K Coffee Palette. This retails for about $25, but they're frequently on sale. And I'm starting with this matte creamy white color. This is really just going to mute my eyelid and allow me to add those dark colors and make them pop. Next, I'm going in with a champagne glittery kind of color, but because it is a little bit sparkly, I sprayed my brush with a setting spray first. You'll see that I keep redoing that to just ensure that the color sticks to my lid and is also as bright as possible. This is kind of like the lightest and most radiant color in this look, so you want the center of your eyelid to really pop. And lots of blending. Next, as my transition color, I'm using a true matte tan color and really focusing on the outer V. You'll see that I'm blending a ton in this look, and frequently that's what makes smoky eyes not as scary as everyone thinks. They see a little bit of dark and a little bit of fallout and run for the hills, but if you just add gradually on top of each other and just aren't afraid to take your time, blend, add in, you're gonna be totally fine. Don't worry, children. Approach with caution, but we're gonna use this dark chocolate color, and it's a matte, and just stamp it ever so carefully on the outer V. You can see I'm using an angled brush here, and really just taking my time, blending it out, adding it back in. Blending this out, you're going to lose some of that brightness in the inner corner, so you can always add that back in, which is what I'm doing here with that champagne color again. Next, I'm using that dark color on my waterline and blending it out. This is really going to give it that smokiness, and don't worry, we'll fix any fallout later. Using the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, I am going to highlight my brow bone and inner tear duct with this matte cream color. I love a matte highlight with a really complicated shimmery eye. I just think it makes everything look cleaner. I'm also going to use this palette later to clean up my under eye to ensure there's no fallout. To contour, I'm using this Benefit blush and bronzer palette. Here I'm using Hoola, and then later I'm going to use Rockateur as my blush. You can see I'm using this really narrow brush to just lay down the lines in my contour, and then I blend it all out. This allows me to control where it's going and have me not just be like bronzed over my entire face. I'm using my highlight color again to highlight the bridge of my nose, the tops of my cheekbones, and then also to clean up underneath my contour. I like how this makes it look clean, but still well blended on top. All of the types of brushes I'm using you can easily get for a bargain on e.l.f., including this ultimate huge kabuki brush that I always use to shade any sort of body products. Next, I'm going in with some mascara. This is by L'Oreal. and curling those lashes as you go. This highlighter by e.l.f., it's in the color Glow, is so pigmented, it's a little bit scary. It puts so many high-end highlighters to shame, so you can see I'm like barely touching my face because it will kill you. To finish the look, I'm doing a nude lip and using Jordana's Tawny. This is my favorite lip liner in the whole world. You can get it at any drugstore that sells Jordana products. And then using NYX lipstick in Pumpkin Pie. This is about $5.